Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to the Kaiju Corner. Today we're going to be taking a look at a game called Kaiju-A-Go-Go. This is a pretty simple little point and click slash base builder type game where you play as a giant monster, or I guess more accurately, you play as a mad scientist who has created a giant monster that you then send on waves of destruction to siege and destroy cities and collect resources so that you can upgrade your base and your giant monster. I've played a little bit of this. It's pretty simple, not really a whole lot to really go over in terms of, like, I guess the actual playing portion where you're the giant monster. You just point and click and it destroys everything in its path. But then there's a little bit of management when it comes to your giant, upgrading your secret base and your giant monster. But let's go new game. Let's try normal. And here you can kind of see the scientists and their giant monsters. So you can see this one. It's probably my favorite. Giganotosaurus. It's a giant Mecha Godzilla type of kaiju. You know, it's very reminiscent. Bipedal, reptilian, big guns, that sort of thing. Oh, at the bottom you can see alternate skins that you can kind of unlock, but I don't have any of those right yet. Next one, we got Shrubby. Little, I want to say almost like poison ivy type girl. She's made this giant hydra plant, very reminiscent of Biollante from Godzilla. More like a mad doctor. You got this guy who's made Amado Gorgon. Almost a Frankenstein like giant monster. And you got this really creepy individual who's made this thing called gray goop. Seemingly a giant kaiju that is made of either gray matter or some kind of nano machines that have, formed to make this giant creature. And that's really the whole list. I have played a little bit of this guy, so let's go ahead and start. I do like this kind of little intro where it's like old-timey sci-fi movie news panel. Strange comet approaches Earth. Madman's Manifesto. Dr. N.E. Farias threatens to build giant robot dinosaur. Mysterious creature attacks Anchorage. And here's one of your little assistants. Her and some other, I guess you call them NPCs, kind of give you little tutorials on how the game goes. And so, the wireless Overwatch and remote leadership device is finally online, Uncle Norman. Giganotosaurus has almost arrived at our target. Take a look through the world viewer and see. And here you can kind of see the world map and different locales that you can hit. Excellent. Our quest for world domination begins with Anchorage, Alaska, for some reason. Attack my creation. Let the world witness your power and tremble. And you can see we live all the way out here at Island X. Giganotosaurus emerges to attack the city of Anchorage. Anchorage is caught by total surprise. Anchorage may not fall on our maiden voyage, but any resources we capture will be useful back at my base for building new structures and develop Giganotosaurus' abilities. Here's your, what do you call him? Minion? Little henchman. All systems go, Dr. Farias. Left click where you want Giganotosaurus to go. You will automatically attack anything that gets in your path. When it's time to just walk to the edge of the map. If you right click on a unit, you can target it so that aimed abilities will automatically fire in that direction. I don't believe we start off with any. Oh, no, I'm wrong. We do. We have the Plasmoid ability. But let's zoom out a little bit. As you can see, here's the supposed entire city of Anchorage, and here we are kind of just chilling in the bay. But let's go in. So you just click and he begins to set sail. He walks up to a building, office buildings, and just boom, begins to crush it. So we are acquiring food, energy, and money. Some people fleeing in terror, you can actually stomp on them. I believe if civilians get away, they will contact more help. Because after a while of being here, you know, people will start fighting back. They'll start calling the army. Actually, I think the police show up first, then the National Guard, then the Army. You'll start having to deal with tanks, soldier squads, helicopters, warships, submarines. And boop! Atomic little belch. Reinforcements have arrived. There comes the war siren, so... Up, here comes... I can't tell. Up, infantry! So let's give them a little birch. Ants, crush them like ants. I mean, if you reduce the city's morale to below 40%, there is a good chance they will surrender. A city that surrenders is basically your vassal state, just like the olden days. If they don't surrender right away, just keep stomping on them. They're bound to get the hit eventually. And right up here, you can see the city morale is at 90%, dropped down to 87%. While I've been playing this, I don't think I've ever... Well, I haven't played this for very long, but I don't think I've dropped Anchorage to be my vassal. But we are getting some pretty decent resources. Oh, here comes a jeep. Those are a little annoying. And no more jeep. A quick stomp gets rid of them. Let's see what all we got in these supply crates. Up, here comes a jet. I mean a helicopter. Jump up and slot it right out of the air for me. Good lizard. Good giant robot lizard. Oh, here comes a tank. And a warship. Nothing a quick stomp won't fix. But you do, even as futile as these things seem, they are actually hurting me. If you'll pay attention to the health in the lower left screen, I am taking some damage. And if it becomes too much, the mission will fail. Give them the belch. Wow, that did not destroy them. The jeeps are pretty hardy. This will, though. That's a big battery. Lots of energy for that. Yes, yes. This is going well, and yet something is missing. More armor! Or perhaps boosters. I forgot I-beams though. Definitely need I-beams. Should add those back at the base. And I think we've done a good little bit of havoc wreaking. So let's gather up these last little bits of resources. And then we'll be on our way. Oh, can't forget these batteries. And let's head on home. We've caused a decent little swath of destruction that we've carved out. Leave anchorage? Yes, please. We have acquired $90,000, 300 batteries, 4 books, 125 chickens, and 0 crystals. But Ginomosaurus leaves. Do you think you won, Anchorage? I shall return. I will build up my base, upgrade my creation, and destroy you all. I'm going to take a while for Ginomosaurus to return to base. You can use the arrows in the top left corner beside the clock to advance time faster or slower. You can do that in your base as well. You've got better things to do than to stare at the screen all day. Which, you're right, speed up. While it's definitely not real time, it definitely will take a couple minutes for land travel and upgrades to be completed. So it's a nice little speed up. And while I can't understand the fact that these sort of things would take time, it just seems like for most other games that follow this sort of dynamic, unless they're like mobile games or competitive games of some sort, if it's just a solo game like this, generally they're pretty instant. Because what's really the point in it taking time? Mobile games, they do it to make you waste real world money to speed things up. But when it's something like this, where it says things take time, but then it gives you an option to circumvent that, it's kind of like that whole thing could have just been left out in the creation. Not a complaint, just sort of like a criticism or something that... Your evil accounts have prepared a monthly report of all resources gained and losses. Base buildings can produce resources but also cost money to maintain. Remember though, cities will repair progress made against them over time, so don't expect cities to stay ruined for long. Destruction is progress. And our monthly quota, not quota, but Alright, let's select base, home sweet home. This is our new secret island base. As you can see, it's a little overgrown, but has a lot of potential. Click on the bulldozer button, then click any jungle tile to assign a work crew to clear away the forest and prepare the ground for construction. Clearing costs money and gets more expensive each time. You can also build facilities, repair, and upgrade Ginomosaurus here. Try pressing buttons at random. That's what I do. Oh yeah, don't forget you can speed up the clock by pressing the arrows in the top left hand corner. So as you can see, for Ginomosaurus to repair itself, it's going to take 1 in-game day at 9 hours. Each hour seems to pass as a second. But, let's see, clearing crew. Need more space? Click on the area you want to clear and we'll defoliate the area for you. These areas actually seem pretty clear, so let's build something. From here, you can lay out plans for new buildings. There are 4 categories of buildings that you can choose from, and many buildings will unlock new and improved buildings when you construct them. The training facility is especially important, because it lets you upgrade Ginomosaurus, sir. When you can afford to, click on the build button to construct a new building to place it. Click on the highlighted building image and move it to the clear location and click confirm. It will then begin construction. Organic processors. There is a couple selections of buildings. That seems to be the only one I can really build right now. Let's go to our Kaiju. Status update for your Kaiju, Dr. Farius. Class Mecha, he has 1 armor, land speed, water speed, capacity, how much he can store, and abilities. Let's see about training. Sir, this is where you tell me the other evil engineers how to upgrade Ginormosaurus next. To get more upgrades, you'll need to build a new training facility in your base. Advances in mad engineering always have a price. Cannot train repairing. That's also another thing. While he's repairing, he can't be trained. What? Repair is complete. So let's get to training. So we have attack, defense, and metabolism. I don't know why I said that weird. This tech sends extra power to Kaiju system, increasing speed and recharging of attacks. Attack, powerful lasers that emerge from Gino's eyes. We definitely want them laser eyes. Alloy, breakthroughs allow for increased protection. Alright, let's see. Give some stats. Training cost. Alright, 5 days, 10 grand, 20 battery, 10 books. Sure. Let's upgrade him with laser eyes. And his training should begin. Yep, training. So let's speed that up. Can we speed up further? We can. Get this out of the way. Boom. Ginormosaurus can be fitted with eye laser beams now. Eye beam lasers! We might as well just stop right now. This robot is perfect. Could not agree more, but we're going to keep upgrading him. And let's see. Armor bonus. I believe we still have the resources to do this. So, boom. Let's upgrade him with increased armor. And once again, speed this up. So it turns out putting armor on your armor was a pretty good idea. The new hull plating is done, Dr. Farius. Alright. And let's see. Increases speed and recharging of attacks. I believe we have the resources available, so why not? Let's boost up his metabolism. Speed it up, and boom, we have a upgraded lizard. Sure wasn't that where you wanted to put the boosters, Uncle Norman, so I just put them on anything. Also, we need to buy more boosters. We seem to have run out of plans for new upgrades, Uncle. It's embarrassing, really. If you could build an advanced training facility, I'm sure we could come up with something good. And sure, let's see. Where is the advanced training facility? Oh, training. I forgot. There's different categories. I was just looking at the ones in training. Advanced training. We do not have the resources available. It seems we have actually a cap out for battery and food, which is interesting. Production, storage. Well, it seems that there's really nothing more we can do. So, let's just go back. Anchorage, Alaska, the 3rd busiest cargo airport in the world, and a major hub of the northern petroleum industry, should be nicely flammable. Let's see. Transfer resources. Let's give him some battery power. And let's try for a stealth attack. definitely going to take a moment for him to sneakily swim up to anchorage. And you can see there's a abort attack button if for whatever reason you want to cancel off. Anchorage is on alert, as we can tell by the patrol ships in the harbor. But let's go ahead and squish the ship. And as you can see, there's still some buildings that have been destroyed. They haven't quite been rebuilt yet. Up, here comes the Jeep. Seems they're still a little on guard. Let's see about these laser eyes. It seems it set the building on fire, which is doing some nice little constant damage to it. That is a pretty nice ability. Let's see about these boosters, what they do. That is definitely a noticeable speed upgrade. Can we shut these off? Oh, seems they just last for a certain amount of time. While you do move him around with the left clicking, you have to move your screen separately. The WASD, W-A-S-D. That's such a puke blob. Boom! Didn't set the building on fire, but set them on fire. Kinda. Oh, the fire has reached those buildings, so they are now burning. Well, they burned for a little bit. Oh, very nice. It auto-targeted the second Jeep for me. Well, it seems that it does give you a range, and your abilities hit whatever comes first. So I was aiming at this Jeep, but those buildings were still in the way, so my laser eyes hit the buildings instead. Ooh, big guns. They have a Jeep now. I mean, a tank now. Let's wait for it. And it's gone. Oop. I tried to lead that Jeep, but he circumvented me. He was smarter. But those guys are still alive. Oh, the museum. Dropped some nice resources for us. Just swat the helicopter out of the air. The armor does seem to be working. It seems to be taking much less damage. comes the tank. Is it gonna get in the range? Oh, there he goes. And even that massive tank has no chance of withstanding the brutal eye lasers. Oh, the reinforcements have advanced. Or suburbs. Things are actually starting to put a hurting on me, so it's probably best that we get out of here. Activate the boosters and let's run. We're so close. City morale is at 54%. We were close. We got some decent resources though, but yep, let's head back home. And we'll speed this up. Everything biomatter. Interesting. Normal speed, please. Secret base. Let's see. Training. We still don't have enough training for the advanced training. Production. Lab. Organic processors. We need books. Let's see. Is there anything that repairs complete? Generates 200 bucks. Yep, let's go ahead and we don't have enough books even for that. I guess we'll go ahead and build a lab. Because there's no additional training that can be done. This panel shows all the abilities that you have unlocked. Click and drag active icons into the bar below to fit your kaiju for battle. Neat! So once we get that advanced training, we'll probably unlock all these special cool abilities for each major section: attack, defense, and metabolism. And we could swap around abilities as needed. But I believe you guys have seen pretty much just about everything that this game really has to offer. It's a simple, fun little game where you can interact out your fantasy of being a mad scientist or giant monster and wreak havoc on the world. And as you can see, you have all these major cities all throughout the world that you can go on every continent except Antarctica. But why would you really want to go down to Antarctica? But anyway, this has been Kaiju Corner. If you enjoy this content and would like to see more related, giant monster related stuff, subscribe and stay tuned. But I will catch you guys next time.